close we can get to 60. So she's already down $10,000, okay? If we can come to a comfortable number, we can make a deal today. Yo, let's go. This is motivation. Like, honestly, you all, they went down 10 grand and they want to make a deal today. All right. What's up, YouTube? It's Matthew here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you all are going to look at exactly what I said in a text message thread to get a seller under contract. Before we go on, you all, like this video, just smash it right now. Do it right now, okay, you all? Comment down below if you have any questions about wholesaling real estate or about how to talk to sellers and to just follow up with them and different negotiation tactics that you can use in your wholesaling real estate business. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And then once again, you all, if you're interested in being mentored by me, click the link down below to apply for Wholesale Deals Academy, where I teach you how to get wholesale deals. Now, just building some context of this text message thread, the property, I got it from a Driving for Dollars lead that I got earlier this year. And I'm still closing leads from that list of about 800 to 1,000 records. So it's crazy. So Driving for Dollars does work, you all, okay? But I got this lead first, I believe it was back in April of this year. And the situation was the seller inherited a property from his dad that recently passed away. So it was technically like pre-probate. And then over the summer, I was still following up with them. Then it went through probate, and then after probate, and then I got them under contract. And so hopefully we should be closing next Friday in 1 week. So I'll keep you all updated on that status of that closing. And so I'm just going to go over the text messages, and you all can kind of learn on how to follow up with sellers, how to respond to their different questions, different negotiation tactics to use, and sales and marketing skills to use with motivated sellers. And the situation with the house itself, like the numbers, is probably worth 160 all fixed up. They were looking for 70,000 initially, and I offered them like, I think 52,500 because it did need a good amount of work. No major like foundation or structural issues, but it never been updated at all. And so I just kept on following up with them. I knew I couldn't be at 70,000. I needed to be in the $50,000 range. And so I just kept on following up with them, and you all will see what I was able to put it under contract for. All right, you all, so let's get right into it. So this is the text message thread. As you all can see, this is from April 30th of this year. So this was after I spoke to them over the phone, because they call like a postcard that I had. And so I was just following up with them with a text message. And I just told them this is my personal cell because it's different than the area code of this area. So I just said, hello, Alexandria. And all of this contact information, I've been contacting the girlfriend of the person who inherited the property because she deals with all of this. So I was to say, hello, Alexandria, this is Matthew, I hope all is well. This is my personal cell, but I do live around the area. Were you able to speak with your husband about showing the house on Mosley? So basically, when she first called the postcard, I called them back. They told me about the property, and I wanted a time to actually view the property. And then I just asked, hey, I just sent a follow-up message. So I kept on following up with them. And then she said, yes, I'm sorry, I meant to get back to you. He can only meet on the weekend. He will be at the property this Saturday after 3. It's fine, I can't make it out on Saturday. I can do Sunday. Will that work for you? Can you make it next Saturday? Hello, I don't work on Saturdays because I don't work on Saturdays. But I am available all other days. With everything going on, we were able to look at the properties just through photos and videos. Is it possible that your husband can send us some photos of the property to us, pictures of the interior, exterior places where it needs to be updated? So right here, I'm specifying that I'm kind of bringing up this whole pandemic thing to see if it will prompt more motivation in the seller, to be honest. And also, I just let them know, hey, because of this pandemic, we can also close deals without actually physically being at the property, just by hearing what the different repairs and updates needed on the property, and actually through exterior and interior photos of the property. So as we go later, she says, I can let you know. And then she starts sending me these pictures. So these are some of the pictures of the house. As you all can see, this property never been updated probably since the time it was built. So it definitely needs updating. Actually viewed the house. It had a lot of moldy smell and different things like that. These stairs right here, they were actually pretty rotten and dipping a little bit. You probably need to replace that whole staircase and different things like that. All right, so as we go further on, she just tells me, these are the interior photo videos. It needs new flooring, paint, kitchen needs updating, bathroom needs to be gutted, redone. There's also 2 storage rooms that were too dark to get photos of. So boom. So right here, I can tell that this property needs a ton of work. It never been updated, and that my buyers will need to put a good amount of money into it. And as you all, so I'm keep on calculating the numbers in my mind. I don't think at this point, I haven't told them a price. I know that they were at $70,000 at this time. And I think the property all fixed up can sell for like around $160, maybe $170. Thanks. It does need a lot of work. Total rehab, most likely foundation issues. And then she said no foundation issues that we were aware of. And she was correct, because I actually viewed the property and there were no major foundation issues. And now I asked about dips in the floor. Not any dips, but the carpet is worn. Subfloor seems to be in good shape. And then I asked about probate, different things like that, because like I was telling you all, he inherited the house, but he didn't go through probate yet. So he had to go with his lawyer and get everything together with that process. And then she told me, we are still waiting on my husband to receive his hard copy of his Georgia license. We can't really move forward without it. The shutdown has slowed the process. He's done everything going on his end, but has not received it in the mail yet. So boom. So even right here, there shows more effects of this pandemic, that even with them trying to go through probates, with a lot of the courthouses being closed and different places being closed, that he couldn't even get like his license together and in order to start the process of probate. So I just try to build a rapport, and building rapport is actually just making it known that you are hearing and understanding what the seller is saying, what someone else is saying. So I kind of just repeat what they say. So I just say, those places have definitely slowed down. I will follow up with you all soon. I need to calculate rehab costs and see if there's a way to expedite this process. So I'm building rapport. I'm showing, hey, I'm available. Is there anything I can do? I'm going to do as much as I can on my end to help this process. And she just said, sounds good. So later, as you all can see, this conversation was happening on May 5th. And so I just followed up with her about 2 weeks later, right, you all? Because I knew this lead probably would take a little bit while, so I don't have to follow up with this lead every day necessarily, but every 2 weeks worked fine. So I just said, hey, following up to see how you and your husband feel about the offer. Because I think this is when I actually called her in person, and I told her my offer of $52,500. I actually put a note on that just so I can remember my offer price for this property, because I do go through a lot of different properties. And then she just said, hey, we feel it's a little too low to jump on it, as several people have shown interest. We would like to keep our options open. So obviously there are other wholesalers, other just investors looking at this property, and little old me, how am I going to get this property out of the big wholesalers in town? Also, I'll show you all. Just stay tuned. All right, you guys, keep on listening, keep on watching. And then I just said, hey, makes sense. Get the best offer for you and your family. I'm not thirsty for the deals. I say, no, I'll be your best option. I say, yeah, of course. If I was in their situation, I'll find the higher price, or just the best option to move the property. So and then I started talking about the price. I said, okay, how flexible are you in price? What number would you all be happy at? All right, you also, I built that rapport, then I went to the question talking about the price. And I think it's very important to build that rapport first before you start talking specifically about the details of the house, all right? Even through text, that can still happen through text. So we were looking for $70K. I would have to discuss with Steven what's the lowest he would take we do have 3 other parties who requested to see the house to make offers. I was like, boom. So I just texted them. I just left it at that. I didn't even respond right away until like 4 days later. I said, hey, happy Memorial Day. Makes sense. That's the best that you can. Since get the best that you can for the property. We are making an offer sight unseen. Eventually, we will have to see it before closing, but we are open to hearing what it would take to get the ball rolling, even before probate is completed. And then this is when she was kind of ghosting me a little bit, but I was following up with her every single week. So you see June 1st, 7 days later, June 8th, 7 days later, June 15th. So and I'm asking different questions. I was like, okay, checking in to see how the process is going. Just checking in to see if you went with another investor, just so I can get that yes or no answer from them. Are you all not wanting to sell anymore? So boom, these questions, like when you send them a question to request for them to like showing that you're backing away from the deal, that really prompts them for a response. So I said, hey, are you all not wanting to sell anymore? And their answer in their mind is actually, no, we do want to sell. And I know there's different strategies with negotiations that always go for the yes, 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 keep them saying yes. But there also are strategies with you making the seller say no, right? Because in a way that kind of puts them in a sense of control, right? When you have them, when in reality you're actually controlling the conversation. But Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss, great book. So she did respond, after 1, 2, 3 questions. And she says, but we haven't been able to make any progress with probate yet. We are still letting others see the house and make offers. Okay, thanks. I still have not seen the house to exactly know what to offer. Are you all available next weekend to show the property? Boom, no response. Checking in, and I just, I text her over a week later to say, hey, seeing how the process is going. Still working on getting the ball rolling. My husband moves slowly. And I just said, haha, makes sense. I still would like to see the property. Is there a day this week to look at the property? So this is June 30th. As you all saw, the start of this message thread started April 29th, right? And so this is already 2 months down the road. I'm still following up with the seller. So you all, the deals are in the follow-ups, all right? And this may be my biggest deal yet. And so I'm going to document that soon. Hopefully everything closed. I don't want to count it until I have the check in my hand or until it's deposited in my bank account. All right, you all. So do you know what? He's actually off all next week. Is there any day that works for you? And I can make sure we'll be there. Boom. Awesome. Let's go. I said, great. I could do Monday, July 6th at 11 a.m. I'll confirm with him and let you know. And then she texted me, tomorrow at 11 a.m. still works. Yes, that can still work for me. I'll let you all there at 11 then. I'll be there at 11. I'll meet you all there. And that was a typo. Yes, sir. We're ready for you. Boom. So I went to the house, saw the property on July 6th, walked through the property, moldy smell like I was saying. The yard wasn't kept. The flooring, I did feel a little bit of dibs. Not gonna lie, but there weren't like major foundation issues. The layout was a little bit weird because there was like a bedroom off the side of the kitchen. And yeah, so I saw the property and then I just followed up with them later. I was like, hey, how are you? Was your husband able to get probate done? So this is when they're actually starting to do probate. He's actually hiring a lawyer to handle it for him. But I will let you know as soon as he's done. Thanks for checking in, July 14th. So after 2.5 months of following up with them, they are now actually starting the probate process of hiring a lawyer to get it done for them. Crazy. So, okay, thanks for getting back with me. Boom. So I just follow up with them later. So I just said, thank you for letting me know. And I don't expect her to respond back to me. I have to be the active person in this relationship, right? I have to be the proactive one. So I reached out to her again. Hello, Alex, reaching out to see how everything is going with probate, basically. So they're in the process of listing the house for 30 days. So any collectors are aware of his death. As soon as we hear back from the lawyer, we will be in touch. Okay, so you all are going to list it in the market but not sell it, just let collectors know? Correct. We were told we had to do that by the lawyer. Gotcha, I'll follow up in a few weeks. Thanks. So basically, they went with their lawyer. The lawyer for probate, they had to list it on the market just so people can be aware of the property and collectors can, if they have like a lien against the property, they can see that it's being listed and contact the owner or contact the lawyers in order to get their money or something. So that process takes 30 days. And so that I was messaging her July 29th. So basically the whole month of August was that time when they had to list it. Boom. So I checked in September 3rd. So probably about a month later. I say, hey, Alex, checking in to see how you all are doing. How is probate going? We think we're close, waiting to hear back from the lawyer. Great. So you all didn't have to list the house? We did, but not for sale, just for if someone wanted to put a lien on the house. Right. So the 30 days on the market passed already. I'll check back in a few weeks to see what the lawyer says. Sounds good. Boom. Hey, Matthew. Okay, so she reached out to me. All right. So this was September 3rd. Boom. It seemed like probate was done. Everything went well with the 30 days. I guess no collectors came in to put a lien on the house or anything like that. She said, hey, Matthew, we are ready to sell. We are getting another offer, but we wanted to check back with you to see what your offer was again. So boom. All right, you all. Now we're in the trenches. Now we're talking about the money. Like, what do we offer this seller? What do we say? So I just said, hey, Alexandria, that's awesome. You know, they're ready to sell. Because of the mold, flooring issues, and effects of the real estate market, my offer still stands at $52,500. When are you all making a decision? Hopefully within a week. Boom. So here you all, I tell the reasons why this is my price. The condition of the property, the market, the economy. I don't know how the economy will be in 10 years, right? And then I just asked them, when are you making a decision? I'm not saying, hey, is this a good price? Because that's my price. I'm making the impression that this is my price. I'm not changing it, right? So I just said, when are you going to make a decision? Hopefully within a week. So I know they're motivated. I know that their timeline to sell is coming shorter and shorter and shorter. Boom. Gotcha. What do you all think of the offers you are getting? What kind of offers are you all getting? So now I kind of put it to the other investors like, okay, we're obviously there are people interested in the house. How are they presenting their offers? How are their offers compared to mine? And different things like that, just so I can know where I stand in this situation, right? I don't want to waste their time or my time and say they're all in the same ballpark as yours, but we have two others to look at it. Boom. So I'm actually surprised. I'm proud of myself. My numbers were decent, because even at 70,000, I know I could have moved it at 70,000, but I was like, nah, I think I need to be lower with this property. And so I just said, hey, makes sense. I know you all have to weigh all options and do what's best for your family. But out of curiosity, what would it take for us to make an agreement today? So I really put her on the burner. I say, once again, do what's best for your family. Obviously, I'm interested in this property. What can I do? What will happen in order for us to make business today? So I kind of put her on the spot. I kind of wanted to see how she would react and what they say. But she says, I have to get offers before we make a decision. We're hoping to get around 70, and your offer is farther below than we're comfortable with. Okay. Would you also pay closing costs? So they're still around the 70,000 price range, which is fine. So I said, yes, we will pay. We would do that. I said, if there are any liens like mortgage, property taxes for this year, it will have to come out of the sales price. But for title search, closing costs, and everything else, we pay for it. All right? Boom. Since this is a cash purchase, it is very straightforward and quick. Is there any other terms you all had questions about? Not at this time. Steven said he would have to be at 70 to make a deal today. He still wants to have others look at it. Boom. So they're still at 70. They still are rating their options. They're still wanting other people to view it. I said, I understand. I'll check back in a few days to see what you all are thinking. So I'm not hesitating. I'm not budging in my price. I'm letting them do their thing. All right, you all? I'm saying, okay, cool, boom. I said, and then she said, thanks. Then she texts me later. So I know they're motivated when they kind of reach out to me now. Because this conversation was September 9th, and then 5 days later, she texts me September 14th. She says, Matthew, we've been thinking more about your offer. Let's go. And we just can't you just can't settle on that figure. Would you be willing to negotiate? We know that property values increased 7% the last year, and we're anticipating another 2%. So we know, although it needs a lot of work, the value is there. Would you be willing to meet in the middle? Boom. So we have some motivation. We have someone who's motivated to sell, who's willing to go lower than their initial asking price for the property. And all this other jumbo about property, values, I guess that's just them just trying to, justify their price, because they know the property does need a lot of work. So there's definitely a stronger sense of motivation that they want to get this deal done. They want to get the ball rolling to closing to get their cash. All right, you all? So I just said, hey, good morning, Alex. Thank you for reaching back with me. Yes, this year so far, property values have increased, but with everything going on and the election coming up, we really cannot estimate the value later this year. So I just agree with her. You can always agree with the seller, even though they're wrong about things sometimes, just so you can build that rapport. Going back to building rapport. And then I say my case. I say, yes, the property needs a lot of work, and I do offer the best as-is value for the property, because to me, if I'm an investor, that's how much I would pay for a property in that current condition. Despite property values increasing, no, I'm buying the property as is right now. This is how much it's worth, right? So it was great meeting you all, and I really want to help you out. I know my investors, and I can't budge much on the price, but what's the best price we can work out? Boom. So she asked me for a price, but I ended up turning it around on her and saying, no, I want you to name your second price first. All right? So once again, you all, let the seller name their price first, okay? Because originally she offered her price for $70,000, then I offered mine. Then she wants to meet in the middle. I have her give her second price first before I give my second price. Boom. All right. She said, I understand. Steven wants to know how close we can get to 60. So she's already down $10,000. Okay. If we can come to a comfortable number, we can make a deal today. Yo, let's go. This is motivation. Like, honestly, you all, they went down 10 grand and they want to make a deal today. All right. So this is what, September 14th. Boom. I said, okay, after running some numbers, the max we can go is 56,259. You all, come on, honestly. That's a negotiation tactic, using like specific numbers so you can, because it kind of shows the seller that you really thought through this process. You really calculated in your mind the renovation and the rehab and everything about this property and different things like that. And then she said, can we meet at 58? I knew this was a deal at 58. I even knew this deal was a deal at 60. And so, in my mind, I'm like, yes, we can do 58. But this is what I say. Listen, you all, watch this carefully. I know this is a longer video, but this is fire, you guys. Like, if you made it this far, you guys, this is fire. Boom. So I said, if we are able to get the paperwork done soon and access to the property so I can have my partners and contractors walk through the property, we can make 58,000 work. I can send over the agreement electronically via email. What's a good email? Boom. Yes, exclamation point. So right here, I said, okay, 58,000 will work, but I need access to the property to show my investors, which are my cash buyers, and I can send the thing electronically. So you all, that's what happened. She sent me the email, and then after that, she She signed the document through DocuSign. DocuSign is just a website that you can use to send PDFs so people can sign electronically through email. And then you can email those documents over to the title company. So you can all do this from the comfort of your home or from your office or whatever. And they said yes, and we agreed upon $58,000, and so we locked it up. And so I already have this property assigned, and so later on I'll tell you all about how I found a cash buyer, how much I signed it for, how I found my cash buyer, and how the cash buyer appointment went. All right, and how I was able to schedule a time even when the seller was there to show my cash buyers the property. All right, so you all stay tuned. Make sure you guys smash that like button because this is a high valued video, you all. So if you all have any questions, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.